Chapter 97 A Dream of the Golden Millet. With Stedifrance, Sanchi did not know much about the cultivation method of demons. Haiduzi was not strong enough and did not come into contact with them. According to the cultivator's description, the meat of demon beasts that cultivate their spirit is even more delicious than those who are just beasts. Those that walk the path of beasts have to be properly processed before they can be eaten. Otherwise, they will be poisonous to human cultivators. Quan Hei looked at Sanchi playfully. Are you interested in eating us? That's a very realistic description. Sanchi could not help but laugh. He said regretfully, however, I'm not qualified to eat demon beasts yet. I've only eaten some vicious beasts' meat. As expected, you humans love to eat. When Huang Heu saw Sanchi licking his lips, she knew that deep down, he definitely wanted to have a taste. It's the same for you demons, after all. Obtaining food is an instinct of life. Sanchi had nothing to be embarrassed about. Why don't you give me a more orthodox difference? Young master should have come from a good background. Why haven't you heard of any? Quan Hei was surprised. Wait, let me read. Sanchi thought of the Cultivation Foundation encyclopedia that Liu Ruxu had given him. He only looked at what he could come into contact with and did not have the time to look at the rest. Opening the catalog, his gaze fell on the section on demons and he found the corresponding page. Demons were not human. They were classified into form and spirit. Form demons cultivated their forms. According to their race, they were divided into demonic beasts, demonic birds, demonic insects, and so on. They were often simply termed as demonic beasts. There were too many impurities in their flesh and blood that if they ate raw food, it would be poisonous. They had to refine their flesh, blood, baleful and murderous thoughts before they could eat it. Otherwise, it would damage their cultivation level. Spirit demons cultivated their spirits. They were also divided into spirit beasts, spirit birds, spirit insects, and so on by their race. They ate raw food and were not poisonous. Their flesh and blood could be used as medicine. Demon cores were top-notch ingredients for refining medicine, and demon cores in cultivation were even more of a top-notch ingredient. The method to differentiate them was that spirit demon cultivators transformed into a demon spirit. Otherwise, they would be a demon beast. Quan Heu and old demon Yan were also reading this introduction. They were rather speechless on how they should be prepared in order to be eaten. No matter what you humans recur, do you have to specify the edibleness? Quan Heu was a little curious. I don't know about that. In any case, my ancient book always records that down. Sanchi looked at the back. They were all introductions of various common demonic beasts. There was no specific mention of the difference between the demonic spirit path and the demonic beast path. He retracted his gaze. Is the demon spirit path better than the demon beast path? There's no such thing as strictly good or bad. Spirit Dao cultivation is fast and you can have higher comprehension. You can even learn the spells and divine powers of humans and integrate into human society to absorb cultivation experience. However, it's easier to be coveted by humans and demons alike. Quan Heu explained what she knew. The beast path naturally means abandoning comprehension and wisdom and continuing to cultivate using the primitive way. However, the speed is slow. In fact, you can treat demon spirits as becoming humans while being on the beast path will mean that one will remain a beast. Therefore, as a demon spirit, you have to treat yourself as a human and constantly interact with humans to learn from them. Sanchi was enlightened. That's right, in the mountains, you don't know what people are. Therefore, by merely thinking of them as food, you would have no idea of the joys of life. Quan Heu sighed and looked at Sanchi with her beautiful eyes. Young master, you have just allowed me to experience the joy of being a human. What you said just now was something I rarely hear from others. Every day, the strong prey on the weak. How can there be the peace and harmony within the human civilization? Let alone people who have the time to talk about the principles of life. Sanchi glanced sideways. This was a vixen, a siren who only pursued to achieve. Right? There was also a ram. He coughed. Since young madam has gotten what she wants, shouldn't you let me go? You're not even afraid of death. Why are you against staying another night? Quan Heu rolled her eyes at Sanchi. I want you to try my cooking. I'm afraid you are going to sleep with me. Sanchi could not help but look at Huang Heu's exaggerated figure. This woman's style was completely different from Liu Ruxu's. One was as cold as a snow lotus, while the other was as gentle as a ripe peach. Huan He walked closer to San Shi and blew out a fragrant wind. She wriggled his body and said, in a charming voice, "Young master, are you so afraid that I'll eat you?" San Shi realized that he was suddenly limp and his blood was boiling hot. He forced himself to say, "I'm afraid I can't help it." Her young master is indeed straightforward. He looks so cute. Huan He pursed her lips and smiled. Her body trembled and waves of passion surged. She suddenly pointed at San Shi's glabella, and the latter's body stiffened. "What are you going to do?" San Shi frowned. What was the meaning behind this vixen's actions? Young master has taught me a lot of his principles. How can I not repay him? Huang He's expression was ambiguous. "Young master, don't be afraid. I won't kill you. In fact, it will even benefit you." "No, I'm not interested in you." San Shi did not like being passive in bed, especially with a demoness. "Really?" Wang Hu smiled playfully and walked over to hug San Shi. 3 lumps of softness tagged him. Then, San Shi seemed to have entered a dream and felt like he was in a daze. In his dream, he was born in Silkworm Village. His father was a local silkworm farmer and had a rich family background. He had read books on sage and morality since he was young and was determined to take the imperial examination to obtain a scholarly title. Time passed quickly. Under the guidance of a private school teacher and his own hard work, San Shi was knowledgeable and talented. "That's not right. I don't like to study. I haven't even finished reading the book on the basics of cultivation, let alone the book of sage and morality. When have I studied so seriously?" San Shi sensed that something was wrong in his dream. He could clearly tell that it was a fake dream. However, he could not escape from this dream, just like how he usually could not wake up from his dreams. Moreover, whenever he had such thoughts, he would suddenly be locked in a daze and be pulled back by the dream. In the end, he could only accept his fate and start living life as a normal human every day. However, he still felt like there was a script that had planned his life out which was waiting for him to experience it. He successfully became an elementary scholar and went to the prefecture to take the imperial examination. On the way, he stayed in the mountains for a night. When lightning flashed and thunder rumbled, he got up out of fear and started memorizing the book of sage and morality. For some reason, after memorizing the scripts for a while, the sky calmed down. Perhaps the heavens had given him good luck. He was nominated for the imperial examination and married a beautiful woman when he returned home. And this wife was Huan He, which rendered him speechless. Suddenly, a rooster crow resounded through the world. San Shi, who was in a deep sleep, suddenly woke up from his sweet dream. He subconsciously clutched his chest and looked at the bed curtains. It was already dawn outside, but he was a little confused. Could this be some of the experiences of the young master of the Huan family? She actually let me experience his life. If not for the sound of the rooster crowing, I probably wouldn't have woken up a dream. What a good method. San Shi was speechless. He felt that Huan He's methods were very similar to old man nightmares. However, the former had its benefits, while the latter was for the purpose of killing. "It's over, I'm a man, but I was actually slept by her." When he thought of what had happened in the dream, his expression became gloomy. Why couldn't he have just woken up and made out with her? No, wait. Why do I feel that my profound chi has not been consumed at all? Then, he was shocked to discover that he had not suffered any losses. Instead, his cultivation level had actually broken through and reached the 10th level of chi refinement. Furthermore, he had not just entered the 10th level. He had directly reached the peak of the 10th level. I've improved by 2 levels just by sleeping. San Shi was a little surprised by Huan He's methods. This was the first time he had improved his cultivation with a method that was not courting death or cultivation. Moreover, he had improved so much while in a dream. Duty Huan is a good person. He praised from the bottom of his heart. He happily put on his clothes and walked out, preparing to continue discussing life with Huan He. However, when he pushed open the door and walked out, it was extremely foggy outside, and new graves came into his view one after another. Where did the servants and exquisitely decorated manors go? His hair stood on end. He turned around and saw a folded manor under the tombstones. The surname on the paper manor was Huan.